buying in, and he feels like the buy-in started with you as well as Ricky. Just for you, what does it mean in your career that the head coach looks at it as getting everybody else to buy in because of how you got that?
Well, I just have trust in JB. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. I've had a great relationship with him since I came into this league, and he was the first coach to really believe in me in this league. And those who know that our families go back to the 70s with Bernie and my father. Way back to the organizations really that they started in. So, I listen to JB. I see eye to eye with him, and for me, it was easy to buy in when I saw how hard these guys work, how they show up to work every single day, and just chase the game. I love it. It's infectious to be around. Then with Ricky, I mean, I just celebrate everything he does. I followed, obviously, kept in touch with him and followed his career since Minnesota. 10 years ago, he came into the league as a rookie. We were both immature. We didn't really have the vets to put us in a place to, have success in this league, but also, take it on ourselves to take that next step. But I think we've grown in the process. And that's why we're able to not only buy in, I think that has come with just us allowing ourselves to celebrate each other. And that's everybody in this lineup, everybody in this organization. But I think it just comes from experience. And for example, Ricky getting his 5,000th assist tonight, we celebrated. Afterwards, it was amazing to see. He's one of only 11 active players with 5,000 assists. And if you look at that list, it's pretty remarkable what he's done, and he's not done yet. So, us buying in, us coming off the bench, we love being in that second unit and just picking up where that first unit left off. It's been a beautiful thing, and we want to keep this thing rolling.
You've seen the top, and you've seen the last couple of years how hard and difficult it can be. Just how do you keep these guys level-headed and to continue growing and to get where you guys are trying to get?
Just to never stop. I think that's one thing that JB has said, myself included. Ricky, that's why we bring somebody like Ed Davis on as well. Just veterans who have kind of seen it all, done it all at this point. You put enough time in this league. That seems to happen, but we have a great coaching staff as well. We just, we show up to work every single day. We don't take anything for granted. We know that this can be taken away from us at any time. So I think we're living in the moment, but our big picture goals are towards the end of the year. But right now we know we have to take care of business, and every night we have to show up and, be ourselves and just be together and focus on the details.
Kelsey Roos, The Athletic. Kevin, this is like the third way through the season at this point. What stands out to you about what you guys have done so far, and where have you seen this team grow the most from training camp, preseason, all the things you talked about wanting to do this year to where you are now?
Yeah, I think it was initially that buy-in and understanding that we can get so much better. I mean, we're very young. I think people looked at us and said, hey, the average age of our starting lineup is very young. For lack of a more precise term, we're very young, and people, think that lack of experience is going to lead to losses. And for us, we just believed in the process. We believed that eventually we were going to get better. And if we stayed true to who we are, which is two things really, I think at the end of the day, what we hang our hat on is we play extremely hard and we play defense. And when you do that, you're going to give yourself a shot every single game. So I think it was back in maybe Phoenix, or when we were on that first big road trip, I mentioned to you and Chris, like the offense is going to come for us. And we feel like we're finally, hitting our stride and figuring out where, we can really make a major impact on that side of the ball. But in a space where we can get better, sure, both sides, defense included. But, when we have those big leads, just we don't have to stop, just continuing to be ourselves. And that was something that we looked at today and spoke to JB about. But I think we're having a ton of success there. And again, that trust is with everybody, throughout the lineup that we throw in there. I thought, for example, Lamar Stevens came in tonight and gave us a big lift. We didn't have energy to start the game. The first half, we didn't play necessarily well, the whole game for that matter. But I thought he really picked us up and really started that tonight.
We touched on it a little bit, but that offense coming and developing, what have you seen change that's led to that, and that it's now found a rhythm, I guess?
It's funny, like, yeah, and I think it's all of us never wavering in our belief system, and that it's going to come. Just continue to drill it. It's like, our defense has allowed us to win games where we haven't necessarily shot the ball or played great on the offensive end, but I think putting it together on both sides of the ball is where we can be a really scary team. But it's just trusting in what we're doing out there and understanding we have a lot of weapons and thankfully a luxury of playing many different lineups that can show different things out there.
Matt Robinson, 93, The Fan. And Kevin, Isaac over the last couple games really seems like he's come on offensively, and he shot over 6% from the floor. What does him being able to take that next step offensively, how does that open up the rest of that offense?
I think he's the X factor. I mean, him playing that way, being able to shoot the ball. And he's going to have nights where, in Utah where, I feel like they're disrespecting him a little bit, but we see how he shoots in practice. We see the work that he puts in. I mentioned that belief system. Well, I haven't seen him waver one bit. And I think the same is true with the rest of the team and Isaac. And that's why I think the last, was it 6 games you said, or how many games?
Last 3 games.
Last 3 games, how he shot it, I'm saying, and how he's played has been, pretty great for our team. So if he's able to get, out on the break, push the ball in transition, he gets the fouls, he gets us in the bonus, he guards the other team's best player on the defensive end. Like, he does so many things, and he's so talented that I think he is really that X factor. And at the same time, he's this like crazy talent as well. So I think he's obviously shot the ball extremely well, and, he put that work in. So it's funny, the basketball gods work that way where, he had the one where he's kind of falling away at the end of the shot clock, it banked in, but, you put the work in and, those things tend to happen for you. So it's great to see.
And then you mentioned too the spark that Lamar was able to get early on in the game, and between you leading the team in scoring and Ricky, what he's been able to do, what does it say about the team's bench group to be able to, come in and not just succeed, but really take advantage of the offensive side of the ball?
No, I mean, we look at ourselves as an extension of that first unit. And I think what we do, I think it's Ricky starts that a lot, and, he allows us to play free, especially on that offensive end of the ball. But again, I think that side is or that team that comes off the bench is super scrappy as well on defense. And then when we get, we have that major luxury of having a guy like Lowry or having a guy like Evan or J.A. come in and hold that down on the inside as well. So we get to play free, and at the end of the day, we're comfortable with who we are as players. So I think we just go out there and play and just hoop. So it's definitely fun with that second unit and that bench mob.
Thanks.
Thanks. Hey, Kevin, Tom Withers, AP. Kevin, I know you're healthy, and it's just been a long time since we've seen you play with this kind of joy. How much fun are you having?
I'm having a lot of fun. Really, it's been a lot of fun watching this team grow, especially in the first, third of the season. And, it's so fun. I'm losing track of the games. I don't even know what game we're at right now. I know it's close to 30, but no, I think sacrifice gives back way more than it costs. And, I think with Ricky as a starter in this league, there's no doubt about it in my mind. I feel like when I'm healthy, that's the case as well. But there was defined roles and transparency. And I mentioned that belief system throughout not only our lineup, but the coaching staff and throughout the organization. So I think with that, it's led to a lot of success, and therefore, you're playing good basketball and playing the right way. I think it's joyous. It's meant to be this way. I know it's a grind. I know we go in every day. Some days it's 4 games in 5 nights. It feels treacherous. You're banged up, whatever it may be. But we're showing up to work every single day, and I think it is joyful. And no loss or anything is going to take that away from us. And I think you look down the road, as I mentioned before, like that bigger picture is attainable, and there's steps to that, and we can't skip steps. But I think we're falling in love with the process of doing that, and myself included. I think, we mentioned, last year I mentioned to all you guys, like I mentioned it here tonight, like we really celebrate each other on this team. This is you don't get this often. Something we have here is I mean, BJ could tell it. He sees it on every single day. Like we have something that is, bigger than ourselves. And I think that is, has given us all hope that we can make something special happen here, and we feel it. But we're not going to stop. We know we're going to try and compartmentalize that and keep it at a distance, because we want to enjoy this in the moment now. But there's definitely something that is bringing a lot of joy here and a lot of fun outside of just winning. I think it's building something bigger than ourselves for sure.
Hey, and real quick, if I could follow up, do you feel that respect gaining around the league, the feedback you get from other guys that, this is not a flash in the pan, that you guys are legit?
For sure. And it's coming from not only coaches on other teams, but from star players. With how we play and how we've gone against the grain with how we start, even with those three bigs, because it is it's become a small ball type of league. It's become a pace and space type of league. I mean, obviously Lowry can really shoot the ball, and Evan is working towards that. He will get that in his game, and he has proved that he can shoot break threes and corner threes. But I think just that size is causing trouble for teams in the way that we defend and the way and how hard we play as well. So I think that is definitely gaining respect around the league. But now teams are going to really take notice and circle these games, and teams are going to have emphasis on the Cavaliers. So that's a good thing. That's us looking at a team like in Milwaukee, and we're not there yet. We're not close. Like they're the champions for a reason. We go there, we fight back, we push, we play hard. Those are teams that, we want to achieve that status or beat them, and I think we have a ways to go, but that's the fun of it. The chase is so much fun. I think that's where, in my 14 years and in my career, like the chase is always the most fun, right? The pursuit of all this. And I think that's where the joy lies in everything that we're doing.
Thanks, man.
Last one, Spence.
Spencer David, basketball.com. I was asking some of the guys over the last few games just about the consistency factor this year. The last few years, you guys have put it together in stretches, but then something will happen and then it'll all just kind of erode. This year, no matter who's been in, no matter who you guys have played, no matter who's been on the floor, you're getting that effort from everybody every night, and it can be somebody different every night. Where do you think that starts, and has it come faster than you anticipated?
I think it's just, our professionalism. Guys show up every single day, work. I think we've surprised a lot of people, but I also believe that at the beginning of the season, we just kind of felt that we're going to get tested the first 6 weeks in a major way, maybe 8 weeks in a major way. And our schedule has not been easy, whether it been travel or teams played or, teams records that we've played. But, even in the games that we lose, we feel like we're incredibly competitive. And if we pay attention to the details and find where we can, get better and just dive into film and find ways to grow, we feel like there is more levels to this. So I think, there's going to be games where, it's going to be ugly. And tonight, there's going to be games that we win that are going to be ugly, that weren't pretty for maybe 3 quarters, that we still give ourselves a chance and win like tonight. And, but I think it's just the professionalism of this team and coming to work every single day and just having fun, obviously. And sometimes we keep it light, and, I obviously do that quite often, but everybody puts their time in, they punch the clock. And I think that professionalism is what's putting us over the top and allowing us to say, hey, we belong.
Okay, it's gonna wrap. Kevin?
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Kevin, you said about